Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Father Remi from St. Agatha and St. James Parish, the Penn and Drexel Newman Centers in Philadelphia. Let's reflect now on this Sunday Gospel of Sunday 19th. The ordinary time is a famous passage of Peter walking on water, taken from Matthew 14th. What's the context? It's a continuation of last Sunday. Jesus multiplied the loaves and the fish. He was moved with pity when he saw the multitude. So he spoke with them, he listened, he consoled, he comforted them, and he fed them. He did this miracle. Now it's very late, around 7 p.m. It's very dark now, and he wants to dismiss the people. He wants to say bye-bye to each one of us in a very gentle and careful way. So he goes to the disciples and says, "Go, get into the boat and go to the other side of the lake of Galilee." No? But they were kind of shocked because the things have not been finished yet. It's very late. They don't want to leave him alone with 8,000 people. And the way Jesus spoke to them is kind of shocking because he gave an order. Made them get into the boat is the expression we see in the Bible. And that expression is seen only in the scriptures when something like energetic, like strong is sent, like almost violent. It's almost like a violent command. But the manner, the way of his expression is gentle, but the content, the intention is strong. They can feel, they can sense this. Maybe they were wondering, what is happening? And why now you're sending us alone into the lake of Galilee, which is also seen as the Sea of Galilee, because of the violent storms that many times are raised. We have to remember that the Sea of Galilee has something a meteorological condition, which is a weather condition particular, because on the north part of the Sea of Galilee, some very high mountains, like very high cliffs, allowed some very cold winds to descend in the night. Cold winds got in and collisioned with the warm weather on top of the lake, and that elicited strong and violent storms. Almost 8 to 9 meters waves were produced out of this collision of winds, of the cold and the warm one. So they were scared. Why are you sending us into this dangerous place? But they can also have the intuition that he wants to be by his own. He wants to pray with his Father. So he dismissed the people and went up the mountain to pray while these people were sent into the danger. What can we say? And this is my reflection for today. Our beloved and gentle Jesus is sending us to face our fears. And each one of us has a specific kind of fear. Maybe a professional fear. Like the fisherman, the fear is going to be related to the sea. And maybe the guy who is in finances is going to be related to the stock market. Or the mother is going to be related, her fear is going to be related with their children, the health of the children. Or the father of being or not being able to provide for the family. Or the adolescent related his fears to the self-image. And the doctor, he doesn't want to contract the virus and then spread it all over the place. We all have this kind of fear. I remember St. Francis of Assisi had this fear of rejection for the lepers. And in his conversion process, he saw the leper and he embraced him and kissed him and attended him. So there's something of God moving us into this paradox. Like he's apparently leaving us and going on the mountain to pray, and then he's sending us, making us go into the boat, into the danger, into that place where we can face our fears. That's part of our conversion journey, and Jesus is doing it. So around 3 and 6 a.m. in the night, what happened? The most critical point, the most critical moment of anguish, of anxiety and uncertainty, he appears walking on the sea. And they immediately react out of fear, crying, "It's a ghost!" Is their imagination, is their fantasy who is acting. They see a monster, they see a dragon, and things that sometimes can terrify us. And Jesus says, "Take courage." The word courage is very important because it refers as to core. Core is a Latin for heart. Go into your heart. Recall, remember what your heart knows. Your heart knows me. Your heart knows who I am. Take courage. It is I. Take courage because your heart can acknowledge me and can see me. Recall why you stepped into the boat. Why are you following me? Why you are my disciple? Go to your heart. And then he says, "Do not be afraid." So Peter is moved with this. And he says, "Lord, command me to go on the water, to go after you into the water, on the water." And he says, "Come." Like Jesus loves this experience. That's what he wants from each one of us. He wants us to walk and to trample on our fears. In His name, we're going to be able to do that humanly impossible, to overcome our fears. That's very important. He's coming out of this moment of silence. We're trapped in this moment of noise and fear and anxiety, and He comes from prayer, from intimacy with the Father. And only as long as we hold this relationship with Him, staring at Him, fixing our heart, our mind, our thoughts, our memories in Him, we're able to trample on our fears. And He is very important. He is going to hold the relationship strong and firm. Okay, my brothers and sisters, take courage and strengthen your relationship and face your fears. Go into the deep. God bless you.